Instance-based learning introduction. The machine learning systems which are categorized as instance-based learning are the systems that learn the training examples by heart and then generalize it to new instance based on some similarity measure. They learn based on the instance presented in the training examples, and these examples they will find the similarity for the new instance. It is called instance based because it builds the hypothesis from the training instances. It is also known as memory-based learning or lazy learning. The time complexity of this algorithm, that is instance-based learning algorithms, is O of n, where n is the number of training instances. For example, if we were to create a spam filter with an instance-based learning algorithm, then instead of just flagging the emails that are already marked as spam, our spam filter would be performed to also flag the emails that are very similar to them. This requires a measure of resemblance between two emails. Similarity will be checked between the words which are present in the emails. Similarity measure between two emails could be the same sender or the repetitive use of the same keywords or something else. What is the advantages of instance-based learning? Instance-based learning, instead of estimating for the entire instance set, local approximations can be made to the target function. Another advantage is this algorithm can adapt to new data very easily, one which is collected as we go, that is dynamic data collected. Disadvantages of instance-based learning. In instance-based learning, classification costs are very high and large amount of memory is required to store the data, and each query involves starting the identification of a local model from zero or from the scratch. Some of the known instance-based learning algorithms are k-nearest neighbor, which we call it as KNN, self-organizing map, SOM, learning vector quantization, LVQ, and locally weighted learning, LWL. What is the difference between instance-based learning and model-based learning? In instance-based learning, there are normally no parameters to tune. The system is normally hard-coded with priors in form of fixed weights or some algorithms like tree search based algorithms. Such a system normally does what is known as lazy learning by absorbing the training data instance and using those data instances for inferences. For example, in scale invariant feature transform SIFT, the recognition pipeline is hard coded there. All it does during learning is to index the descriptors into an indexing data structure such as a KD tree together with some geometric information. That information is then directly used during inference to recognize instances of objects. Instance-based learning is just about storing the training data instances. Though the training data itself can be pre-processed in many ways and stored in memory, in model-based learning we are talking more about reinforcement learning, that is RL. In model-based RL, an agent builds a model of the environment in which it exists so that it can use that model to infer which action to be taken in the environment that leads to desired outcomes in order to achieve a given goal. Model-based learning can also be seen as opposite of instance-based learning. In model-based learning, there are parameters to tune. But in case of instance-based learning, there is no parameters to tune. These parameters with optimal setting are supposed to model the problem as accurately as possible. Thus, learning is not simply about memorization, but rather more about searching for those optimal parameters. Instance-based learning stores the presented training data. When a new query instance is encountered or given to the model, a set of similar related instances is retrieved from the memory, which is already given to the algorithm, which the algorithm has learned, and they are used to classify the new query instance. Different approximations are made for each distinct query. Again, if we want to see the advantages and disadvantages in a simple way, advantages are training is very fast. The model will learn the complex target functions. They don't lose the information. Whereas in disadvantages, we have the cost of classifying new instance can be very high because the computation time taken is high rather than training the examples. They consider all the attributes of the instances. So your training data need to have all the attributes. Attributes may be large distance apart. This is also forms as a disadvantage. K-nearest neighbor learning. K-nearest neighbor algorithm is a type of supervised machine learning algorithm which can be used for both classification as well as regression predictive problems. It is mainly used for classification predictive problems in the industry. The following two properties will define the K-nearest neighbor well. One is this algorithm is called as lazy learning algorithm because it does not have a specialized training phase and it uses all the data for training while classification. The second one is non-parametric learning algorithm because it doesn't assume anything about the underlying data. Regression analysis means it is a form of predictive modeling technique. It investigates the relationship between a dependent and independent variable. Dependent variable is also known as target variable, and independent variable is also known as predictor variable. The regression analysis is used for forecasting, time series modeling, and finding the causal effect relationship between the variables. The k nearest neighbor has no model other than storing the entire data set. So there is no learning required. Because the entire training data set is stored, we may want to think carefully about the consistency of our training data. It might be a good idea to curate it, update it often as new data becomes available, and remove the erroneous and outlier data. The k nearest neighbor makes predictions using the training dataset directly. Predictions are made for a new instance X by searching through the entire training set for the k most similar instances, that is, we call it as neighbors, and summarizing the output variable for those k instances. To determine which of the k instances in the training data are most similar to a new input, a distance measure is used. For real valued input variables, the most popular distance measure, that is Euclidean distance, is used. Euclidean distance is calculated as the square root of the sum of the squared differences between a new point, that is x, and the existing point, that is xi, across all input attributes j. The formula is as shown. Euclidean distance is equal to square root of xh minus h1 whole square plus xh minus w whole square, and so on. Here xh is observed value of the first attribute. This value is usually given in the problem statement. H1 is actual value. We can find H1 in the data set. K nearest neighbor. It is simple yet essential algorithm. It is also called as lazy learning algorithm. Lazy learning means there is no need for learning or training of the model and all the data points used at the time of prediction. Lazy learners wait until the last minute before classifying any data point. Lazy learner stores merely the training data set and waits until classification needs to perform. Only when it sees the test tuple, it performs generalization to classify the tuple based on its similarity to the stored training tuples. Unlike eager learning methods, lazy learners do less work in the training phase and more work in the testing phase to make a classification. Lazy learners are also known as instance-based learners because lazy learners store the training points or instances and all learning is based on instances. K nearest neighbor is non-parametric algorithm. It is instance-based learning. It is used in statistical estimation and pattern recognition. The prediction in K nearest neighbor on test data is done based on its neighbor's value. K usually is an integer. It's a small integer which will indicates the number of neighbors. Let us see the outline of K nearest neighbor algorithm. The training phase will save all the instances given, that is xi, yi. In the testing phase, given test instance xt, we need to find k is equal to 1 nearest neighbor such as x1, y1 and predict y1 as the output yt. When we have said that k is equal to 1, that will indicate one nearest neighbor algorithm. This algorithm can be extended for k nearest neighbors. The training algorithm is for each training example x, f of x, add the example to the least training examples. Classification algorithm will be given a query instance xq to be classified, means xq is the point which we need to classify. Let x1, x2, x3 till xk denote the k instances from the training examples that are nearest to the given point xq. We will return f of xq is equal to the mean value of k nearest training examples divided by k. To better understand the k nearest neighbor algorithm, let us solve a simple example. The problem definition is perform k nearest neighbor classification on the following data set and predict the class for x, which is p1 is equal to 3 and p2 is equal to 7. The given value of k is 3. The training data set is as shown in the table. In the table, there are 4 samples are given with p1, p2 values. The class is also given. If the value of p1 is 7 and p2 is also 7, the class is false, and so on. K is equal to 3 means we will find 3 nearest neighbors. We will use Euclidean distance to find the neighbors. The Euclidean distance formula is square root of xh minus h1 whole square plus xh minus w whole square and so on. Here xh is observed value of the first attribute. In our case, xh is equal to p1 is equal to 3. It is given. h1 is the actual value which is present in the data set. Let us find out the Euclidean distance for all the 4 samples. For the first sample, the Euclidean distance is square root of 3 minus 7 whole square plus 7 minus 7 whole square. That turns out to be 4. For the second sample, we have Euclidean distance is equal to 5. For the third sample, we will get Euclidean distance as 3, and for the fourth sample, the Euclidean distance is 3.6. We have just found out distance from the given point from all the rows, that is from all the samples. We got the distances as 4, 5, 3 and 3.6. Which among this is the first nearest point from this list? It is 3, because 3 has very less value, which is very nearest to the given point. We will write this point as n1, that is first nearest one. The next nearest point is 3.6. We will call it as n2. The next nearest point is 4. We will call it as n3. Now, n1 is 3, which belongs to the class true. n2, which is 3.6, belongs to the class true. n3 has got value 4, which belongs to the class false. Since k is equal to 3, we need to consider only 3 nearest neighbor, that is n1, n2 and n3. Among 3, if you notice, 2 values belong to the class true and 1 value belong to the class false. Since 2 is greater than 1, that is, the majority is having true class, the answer is 2. That is, the given point x, which has p1 is equal to 3 and p2 is equal to 7, will belong to the class true. That will be the final answer. For the machine learning laboratory, we will consider IRIS dataset. That is, we will classify the flowers using the measurements. The IRIS dataset consists of 150 observations of iris flowers from 3 different species. There are 4 attribute names of the given flowers, that is sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width. All these 4 are measured in centimeters. The iris flower with petal and sepal is shown in the figure. The sample width and length of the petal and sepal is shown in the figure. The predicted attribute is the species. This is the class in our training data set. Usually it is the last column in the training data set. There are altogether 3 classes: Setosa, Versicolor and Virginica. All the 3 examples are shown in the figure. The IRIS dataset is a standard dataset where the species is known for all the instances. As such, we can split the data into training and testing datasets, and we use the results to evaluate our algorithm implementation. Usually, good classification accuracy on this problem is above 90%, that is, typically 96% or better is treated to be correct.